Hello, my name is swissbianco. In this video I will talk about the Vector cp1 owner's manual. It's a pretty rare gun from South Africa. Back then in the 80s, as best as I remember, the Vector company from South Africa could manufacture some Beretta 92-ish designs. How that exactly did hang together with the restrictions back then in place with South Africa, I don't know. That is by now pretty long gone, and the country there still struggle. But back then South Africa had to do their own firearms for military and police use, so they had some of their own designs. Their really unique approach, because it's a little bit like on an island, it was a bit isolated, and Vector did one of those unique designs, which was the Vector cp1. As we look at the manual, they did, as I say, Beretta 92-ish designs. I wish I could have afford back then one of those Beretta designs from them. They mainly were pretty good. And in Switzerland they also did sell the Galil version, the basically AK design in 5.56 caliber. That they made in South Africa as a assault rifle in fully automatic, and a civilian version in semi-automatic for self-defense, for police work. They have many farms in South Africa, how it looks, that are complete outside, isolated, and they needed a bit of good rifle as well. But coming back to the Vector cp1, we look through the manual from that company. The company is long gone, unfortunately. Did not work out with international market. So if you wanna look at it closer, just stop the video. Some of the more details I'm gonna point out. We see here what came all with the pistol was the pistol, 2 magazines, a magazine with a bigger butt plate and a more compact one. The manual, of course, came in a nice unique box, and then we have the rod with its brushes and items, jag for clean the bore, and this device number 8 was the gas cylinder cleaning tool. We see later how that item did work. It's a rather unusual, unique system in many ways, but unfortunately the pistol did suffer from quality control and some problems in the design as well, so it did never catch on. As best as I know, in USA the importer of that pistol did offer a buy back program, so the people did sell it back to the company, so the gun quite likely get destroyed because of that malfunctions or whatever it was. So we see here by this part, I need to quick grab a knife to point that out a little bit better, because it's small. We see in here by the trigger was a safety it's a different style than the Glock has. This part needs to be depressed first, and then the real trigger can be depressed. Then we see also the bottle is fixed in the receiver. Looks a bit similar to the style of a Walter PP or PPK design, with a bigger block, and below in that block is like a gas chamber, and there is that part here, number 17, gas piston they name it, yes, which is in connection with the slide. So, and then we have here, shortly after the end of the 9mm Luger ammunition, a hole that goes all the way from the bottle down to that chamber. So what that does, it's a gas port there. So as the gun fire, part of the gas goes down and fills the chamber there, and the plug, the gas piston hold the slide for a really short time in battery. This all goes really fast because the bottle is short, and it's basically like a delayed blowback design that uses a portion of the gas of the ammunition. So they did use that unique system. The rest was pretty standard. It had internal hammer design, and also a firing pin safety kind of, that as best as I remember, that was the main problem there. Trigger was similar feeling like a Glock. It was not a true single action, it was a bit a mix. Handling was really good. The gun did fit well in my hand, especially with the bigger magazine, and the sight was also pretty well. And the whole thing, we called it always the egg. It's rounded off. If you see picture of that gun, it's rounded off all over the place. Would have been a great carry gun. And another thing that was really good was the magazine. Magazines were Beretta 92 because they did make a version of the Beretta system, just shorter for this gun. So the longer Beretta magazines would fit in that gun and did work as well. The locking section of the magazines, as best as I remember back then, was in the same position, so the longer Beretta magazines would fit in there too. Really good. I like that. So that much about this. The extractor was on the side of the slide. Here we see again a bit of the inside. The magazine button also had a strange shape, triangular shape, and in front, actually, one detail I did forget. That I still have to laugh. That was a really unique design. The safety is quite likely off here. We see this part here that would stick out more, and that part inside the trigger guard is part of the safety too. So to shoot the gun, basically you press the safety with the trigger finger, you press the safety forward, and then you press back to the trigger and it fires. So that was also pretty fast and all. It's too bad that this gun did not work out too well, but it's long gone. I did not see one in a long time, especially not in USA, and the sight was also really it was pretty high. The front sight, you see that in comprehension with the regular, say a 1911 style or a or a SICK design. It's a really high front sight. Why they did that, I don't know. Here the magazine with that unique rounded bottom. I'm sure there are more videos on YouTube about this gun, how it fires and all that. Here is how to take it apart. It's basically like a Walter style. You could lift off the slide on the rear end of its travel. The hammer, exposed hammer, it was not a striker fire gun, it was with a hammer. It was quite snappy, that you need to hold. Magazine was regular, other than how they did the floor plate. Was also needed to clean the gas cylinder with that tool that I did point out. How it looks, they even had two holsters and the left-hand magazine release. Yeah, as I say, it's long time gone. This is more for the technical interested people like me, that they see how that works or did work. And to this part here, as we see the exploded view, we see the two pieces, the smaller and the bigger magazine bottom. We see the recoil spring and the gas piston that is hinged to the slide. Here we see the block that holds the barrel, where there is the hole that goes below in the part below the gas block. Below the block here is that hole where this part goes into, to create that slight gas locked position as the gun fires. And as best as I remember, this part was about the firing pin safety. There they had the trouble. Some of those did not work and the gun did shoot. So here is the triangular magazine button, unique shaped. The hammer, the internals, as best as I remember, were stainless steel, the hammer, and this part here, single action design, but it was not crisp. It was more like a double action trigger, double action only. Here we see the trigger with its spring, and in front is that button. Yeah, it was a red color buttonish thing. So you press that one first a little bit, and then the regular trigger is unlocked, and you can press the trigger as well. So the gun fire. What would have also be good with that system, if there would be longer barrels that would stick out for a thread, and put on a legal silencer. I never saw one. I think that company went fast out of business after they introduced this pistol somehow. I was never in South Africa, so I can't tell the exact story. I did just talk with a few people, and they say there are no more parts. The customer service is, I mean, the company is gone, but the customer service was never that good there. And yeah, with the Beretta and the Galil, there you could use other parts from the original manufacturer, but with this pistol, the Vector cp1 pistol, you are completely out of luck. And in Germany, can't remember the manufacturer, in Germany they made a version similar to this pistol as a blank firing weapon, because that was legal in Germany to own and to use, and they got attracted by that egg rounded plastic frame shape of this pistol, which really was nice feeling, good in the hand. The ergonomics were really good. It was all good, just technically inside did not work out somehow. And yeah, if the gun would be made in this system new from a company like Ruger or Smith & Wesson, I'm sure the box could be polished out, and that would be still a great gun even today. But the history of this gun, it did not work out at all, and it's long gone, and samples in USA gonna be rare. In Switzerland there are samples there, they did sell that. How well those functions, I don't know. So that much about the manual for the Vector cp1 pistol.